I am Zoltar, the Great Gypsy, and I can see your fortune. Come see it too, no? Your fortune is mine for the telling, and yours for the hearing. Come let Zoltar tell you more.
In the past, when it came to Zoltar replicas or Zoltar decorations, I mean, here's some stuff you could find on Amazon, linked below. Really just some pretty basic stuff, nothing premium, nothing really to write home about, but taking a peek here, we finally have, after a year of waiting, our mini Zoltar Speaks replica animatronic fortune teller machine. This thing is fantastic in my opinion. Hate to spoil most of this review. It does have some quirks which we are going to point out like we do in all of our other product reviews. But in my opinion, this might just be the coolest thing that New Wave Toys has released so far. And the question is was it worth the wait? One whole year, over a year, was it worth the wait? Well, let's get into it. As always, these New Wave Toys products ship within a box, within a box, within a box, so there's a couple collectible boxes you can keep. That's totally up to you guys, but inside of the box, here's some of the bonus goodies that come with it. You have your fake AC adapter power cable that you can plug into the back of the machine. Some people like doing this. I usually don't use them. You also have your instruction booklet, and as always, these are kind of recreation designed artwork of the original instruction manuals that came with the arcade machines, or in this case, this fortune teller animatronic machine. You also get a bonus roll of 55 fortunes, which whatchamacallit is really cool as well. So you get a bonus roll. There's 55 fortunes included with the machine already pre-installed, so you're talking 110 fortunes, and also they're going to sell those separately when these go up for pre-order. Your USB to USB-C cable for charging, and of course, as always, they give you a bunch of tokens. This thing can be operated with a button, or it can be operated by depositing these tokens if you see fit. Both the fortune cards as well as the bottom lip of the fortune dispenser have these perforated edges on them, so you can easily detach your fortunes provided you have your fortunes lined up. Again, you can manually fix it if they come out of alignment, which I'll show you later in the video. These little mini fortunes it dispenses, pretty much every one of them is unique or different. There are some that do repeat. Keep that in mind in the roll of 55. But taking a peek here, you could actually give these to somebody. They could actually read through them. They're all very funny, very entertaining, very interesting, and of course the artwork on the card matches what they would have looked like on the original teller machine. There's a couple ways you can operate Zoltar. One of the ways is just by pressing the button on the right hand side. That way you're not fiddling with any of the tiny tokens that come with it. Just a simple press of the button, everything lights up. The lamps behind Zoltar, the RGB lighting on the crystal ball in front of him, the arms move, the head moves, the eyes move, the lips and mouth move, all that kinds of stuff. And obviously when he finishes reading your fortune, as always, Zoltar ends his fortunes by asking you for more money, and then he'll dispense your fortune ticket. The other way to operate your Zoltar animatronic is to take one of the mini tokens, and just like what New Wave Toys has been doing on all their later generation replicates, you can deposit the tokens, and it does read it as an actual token going in, and it activates it. One token activates it, and it'll do the same thing. You'll read off your fortune, dispense your fortune card, and you're good to go. Easy peasy to make this thing work. On the back of the machine, you do have a little coin box where all the tokens will go, so when you drop them in there to activate Zoltar, they'll also fall into this coin box, so you could use this just as storage if you don't plan on using the tokens, or that's where you're going to retrieve them in order to use them again. Beneath the coin collection box, you do have an LED indicator light letting you know that the unit's powered on, a USB-C charging port, which you're going to use that charging cable that they provided you with. You also have a place to plug in these fake power cables. I don't really use these on my replicates. These all stay in the collectible boxes, but it's there for decoration for people. You have your little volume slider, on-off rocker switch, and of course, 3 different settings when this thing is powered on. You could have his lights set to off, you could have him set to infrared, and use the infrared sensor or attract mode. Now, when he's on attract mode, he'll just randomly talk every couple of minutes or so. He'll just turn on and just start speaking. When it comes to the infrared sensor, that's this black thing on front of the device, and this is really cool in my opinion, because if you have him set up on infrared, anytime you wave your hand or there's movement in front of that sensor, he'll pop on and start saying some of the stuff he typically says in his attract mode. Hey, come on over here and listen to your fortune being read by Zoltar. And as always with Zoltar, give me your money. Now, I did pay for my own unit, and when I pre-ordered it, they were having a $99 special. This thing typically retails for $150, so they had it for $99, and I'm glad I paid $99. This thing is completely made out of plastic. You got the plastic plexiglass, you have the plastic characters, the entire fortune teller machine cabinet itself is made out of plastic. It's 100% plastic, but that doesn't, in my opinion, really ruin the quality of it, because the details and everything that they went into in regards to his costume, the drapes behind him, the magic lamps, the fortune cards, the crystal ball, his outfit, his necklace, his jewelry, his face, the way everything looks and moves is pretty spot on compared to a real Zoltar Speaks fortune teller machine. I think that it's still worth it, in my opinion. It looks pretty good. I mean, it took them well over a year to get this thing released, and really my only complaints are during shipping, you'll notice the curtains behind Zoltar came out of place, right? Curtains are a little bit out of place. They're not kind of where they should be, especially the one above his right shoulder, your left. And also, you'll notice on the inside of the plexi and inside of the cabinet, there is some dust and debris that happened during manufacturing and shipping that slipped inside of there. And you do have to unscrew the entire back of this cabinet in order to access it. I wish they had an easier to access panel, like maybe one of the plexis could pop out on the side. That way we could get in here and dust and clean this thing off easily. Okay, let's take a look at the fortune card rolls and what we need to do here to either replace them or roll them back. You simply pop off the side panel, easy peasy. There's two screws holding this front piece on top of the roll. You remove those two screws, that'll come off, and then you'll be able to access the roll, feed it right through there, and you'll be able to replace the roll. Then you just screw this piece back on. So it's a fairly simple process if you wanted to replace the rolls. However, if you don't want to replace the rolls, what you could simply do is hold down on this tab, put the mechanism kind of like in reverse mode here, and then you just stick a flathead screwdriver, turn it counterclockwise, and as you can see, it'll suck the cards back into the machine. Easy peasy, right? So you can reuse the cards. You don't have to buy replacement cards, but I'll tell you one thing. I think it's next week when these go up for order for everybody, again, who missed out on the pre-orders. I'm probably going to buy a bunch of extra rolls just for myself to have, because you never know in the future if I'll ever be able to get my hands on them again. So when I ordered mine, I got it for $100, and then with shipping and stuff. So I think I paid like $120, maybe $130 all in for me. But I gotta tell you something, guys. I'm very happy that I got it at the pre-order discount. I think this thing is awesome. It looks great next to other New Wave Toys Replicades. So I pulled a few off my shelf here so you can kind of see the size comparison. It's definitely taller and a little bit bigger looking than a lot of the mini Replicades, but it definitely makes it stand out, in my opinion. I think this thing is awesome. I think it's absolutely worth it, in my opinion. I think this is a super cool collectible to have for us arcade fans, even just to have as a desk or wall decoration, shelf decoration in your home. I think this thing is super cool, super worth it, but I gotta know what you guys think. Make sure you give me your comments, feedback, reactions below. Give me a thumbs up on the way out. Thank you for subscribing. And for the rest of the video, I'm just gonna roll some demos of him reading some fortunes so you can see whether or not you like this thing or not. Thanks so much, guys. Have a great weekend. Talk to you soon.
My name is Zoltar the Gypsy, and I have some words of wisdom to bring you much happiness. As you travel through this life, remember this. If you think you can, or you think you can't, you're right. Go ahead and let Zoltar tell you more. Zoltar the Gypsy at your service. Today is your lucky day, my friend, for I have a fortune especially for you. Listen closely. Sometimes you can tell a wise person not only by what he says, but also by what he doesn't say. Remember, it is much better to say little than to say too much and regret it later. Give Zoltar your treasure. I have much wisdom to share with you.